I'm going to allow one more testimony. This is the last one because this person did contact LRC to be signed up, even though they were not here in time that I took up the form. Gay Adelman, if you would proceed. We do have to still take questions and testimony on this bill and vote. We still have another bill that's still on the agenda for today. I will ask that you please keep your comments brief, as we already have had testimony against the bill. Thank you. Proceed.
Thank you, and I do appreciate you letting me speak today. Most of you know me. My name is Gay Adelman, and most of you know me from my work in public education advocacy with Save Our Schools Kentucky and Dear JCPS. But you may not know, I've been an involved and engaged parent long before moving to Kentucky. My boys are now 24 and 26. I've been a booster mom, a PTA president, chairperson of councils and fundraising committees, and a district-wide PTA officer in 8 different school districts in 4 different states. I also taught K-8 computer classes for 2 years in a private school in Lilly, Kentucky. So I've seen it all, private, public. I've also been made aware because of my experiences that Kentucky is a leader, and we've been very fortunate to have been a leader in education reform. And site-based decision-making councils may not be perfect, but please don't throw our babies out with the bathwater. I'm here today as chair of the Coalition for the People's Agenda Education Committee. Our All History Matters When Black History Matters campaign is primarily focused on stopping House Bill 14 and House Bill 18. I understand that's not what we're here to talk about today, but this bill is intended to weaken site-based decision-making councils, which is the argument that many of those who are in favor of the bill to ban the teaching of accurate history in our schools needs to know that there's a process that they can participate in. And so by taking away, weakening site-based decision-making councils, you're strengthening your House Bill 14 and 18, and this truly feels like a ploy to undermine our efforts. Last time you heard from changes to site-based decision-making councils a couple of years ago, we had a sick out in Jefferson County, and thousands of us descended upon this Capitol to slow the movement of that bill. There was testimony and bipartisan support for adding a parent to the site-based decision-making councils as a solution to one of the problems that we faced in our schools and in our districts. The problems that have been identified by those in favor of the bill are real, but that doesn't mean that the solutions that have been proposed are the solutions. And you haven't heard from the parents and the community members and the taxpayers who actually will be impacted by these changes. And even JCPS has not notified their current site-based decision-making council members that there will be changes. So I implore you to please slow this bill down and make sure that you've heard from both sides what those possible challenges to this bill would be, as well as possible solutions, because there is no data to show that this bill is the solution to the problems that we've been raising for over a decade in our district. Site-based decision-making councils could be impacted by a more equitable student assignment plan, for example. I sat here 2 years ago and showed
Ms.
you a
Adelman,
map.
I ask that you please come to a close
10 seconds.
ending. Thank you so much.
I
Thank
sat
you.
here that day and showed you a map that showed you that our student assignment plan has inequitably impacted our schools in our west part of our community. And if taking away the decision-making power is the solution, why hasn't it helped our West Louisville schools? Because that's been done for over a decade. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your testimony.